We live in a world where information is at our fingertips. The click of a button, the type of a keyboard, but all of that pales in comparison to 1,000 fantastic facts, actually. Over 1,000 fantastic facts. Yes, we're back to do some more fantastic facts. I did a video on this before where I just read some facts and we discussed them a little bit. And I wanted to do another one because I like to learn and I want to do it. Now, will I read some of the same? Probably, because I'm just going to skip through and see what I can find. I have no plans of where exactly we want to keep hitting it off the little microphone. We have no plans where or when or how, but I'm going to start off where we all should start off. Gigantic whales. Gigantic whales is our first fact. I don't know. Our first topic. So, did you know that whales are the biggest kind of animal in the world today? Some are longer and heavier than the largest trucks. They need a lot of muscle power and energy to move such large bodies. As they live in the ocean, the water helps to support their enormous bulk. And on land, bears and tigers are the biggest hunting animals. However, the sperm whale is more than 100 times larger and easily the biggest predator active on Earth. It grows up to 20 meters long and 50 tons in weight. What? The blue whale is the largest animal to ever have lived. It can grow up to 30 meters in length, which is as long as 7 cars placed end to end, and it reaches up to 150 tons in weight. That's as heavy as 2,000 adults or 35 elephants. 35 elephants doesn't seem like that much. They should have left it at 2,000 adults because I would have been like, wow. But 35 elephants, I'm like, oh, 35. I mean, 35 is a lot of elephants, but it doesn't sound like that much. Anyway, where are we going next? We're going, oh, we did that one. I know we did that one for sure. I was on history. Let's see. We're in history section right now. But I'm looking for maybe a different, here we go. We're in ancient Greece right now. Temples and festivals in Greece and the lands where the Greeks settled. We still see remains of huge, beautiful temples. They were built as holy homes for gods and goddesses. Each city-state had its own guardian god, and many temples had huge, lifelike statue of them. People hoped that the god spirit might visit them and live in the statue for a while. And there's a picture of the goddess Athena, and it says, Athena was 15 meters high and made of gold and ivory. In her right hand, Athena holds Nike, the goddess of victory. I did not know that the goddess of victory was called Nike. That's a fantastic fact. As well as visiting a temple, people hoped or feared that they might meet a god or goddess in a forest or on a mountaintop. It was thought that all the gods met at Mount Olympus to feast, love, and quarrel. My brain broke when I was saying quarrel. To make plans. Just gods making plans. So what are you doing this evening? Okay. Another high peak, Mount Parnassus. Was sacred to the Muses, 9 graceful goddesses who guided the arts, such as music and drama. Lovely. Olympic Games. There are some inappropriately dressed athletes. The Olympic Games began as a festival to honor Zeus. Over centuries, it grew into the greatest sports event in the Greek world. A huge festival complex was built at Olympia, with a temple, sports sports tracks, seats for 40,000 spectators, a campsite and rooms for visitors, and a field full of stalls selling food and drink. The Greeks fully had, commercialism going on. Every 4 years, athletes traveled from all over Greece to take part in the Olympic Games. They had to obey strict rules, respect for Zeus, no fights among competitors, and no weapons anywhere near sports tracks. In return, they claimed protection. The Holy Olympic Peace. Anyone who attacked them on their journey was severely punished. That's cool. Let me see. Then we have a recent one. We have Michael Phelps set the world record at the Beijing Olympics 2008. The modern Olympics is modeled on the ancient games since 1896, has remained the greatest sports festival. Amazing. Let's go skip ahead a little bit to, you know what, we'll go off history and we'll go to science. We're in the science section right now. How do planes fly? A plane flies by moving through the air. Just so we all are aware of that, by the way. A plane flies by moving through the air. The engine drives the plane forward with a force called thrust. However, air pushes in the opposite direction and slows the plane down. This is called drag. Weight is the force that tries to pull the plane down. When moving through the air, the wing is given upwards force called lift. So, planes fly by moving through the air. Anyway, I'm sorry. That title is so ridiculous. Planes get thrust from jet engines or propellers. Jet engines are more powerful and better for flying high up in the air when it's thinner. Airliners and fighter planes have jet engines. Propellers are more useful for planes that fly slower and nearer to the ground. Most small private planes and some large planes that carry heavy cargo use propeller engines. Did not know that. Well, I suppose I kind of did. I don't know. How about we go for making sounds and pictures, because that's exactly what we're doing. The air is full of waves we cannot see or hear unless we have the right machine. Radio waves are a form of electrical and magnetic energy, just like heat and light waves, microwaves and X-rays. All of those are called electromagnetic waves, and they travel at an equal speed, the speed of light. Radio waves carry their information by being altered or modulated in a certain pattern. The height of the wave is called an amplitude. If altered, it is known as AM, amplitude modulation. Look for AM on the radio display. What's FM, frequency modulation? Am I really smart? No. Radio waves are used for both radio and television. They travel vast distances. Long waves curve around the Earth's surface. Short waves bounce between the Earth and the sky. Oh, here we go. The number of waves per second is called frequency. If it is altered, it is known as FM, frequency modulation. FM is clearer than AM and less affected by weather and thunderstorms. Great. That's so cool. I don't believe it. This is just like a little bubble at the top. It says, I don't believe it. You can listen to the radio on the moon, but not in a submarine. Radio waves travel easily through space, but hardly pass at all through water. And then they show an example of a guy underwater listening to a radio, which I really just would discourage you bringing electrical equipment into your scuba diving. And then there's this guy in space just jamming. You cannot see that, no way. Maybe you can. Up here. And he's jamming to the radio. And the other guy's not jamming at all. In fact, it's not plugged in, frankly. It's just, I don't know what he expects. No. What is it made of? Pure science. Oh, we have elements. Hydrogen is the simplest element, and it is the first element in the periodic table. This means it has the smallest atoms. It is very light gas which floats upwards in the air. Hydrogen was once used to fill giant airships, but there was a problem. Hydrogen catches fire easily and explodes. That's not what you want. Let's see. We have baby body, the growing body. On the body's outside, the bony body, the muscles. No, see, none of this is interesting. The breathing parts. Should we? I'm only reading this one because I don't believe it is on a fingernail. The fact is drawn on a fingernail, so we have to read that one. I don't believe it. On average, the air breathed in and out throughout the night by a sleeping person would fill an average-sized bedroom. This is why some people like to sleep with the window or door open. Well, I don't believe it. As you rest or sleep, each breath sends about half a liter of air in and out, 15 to 20 times each minute. After great activities such as running a race, you need more oxygen, so you take deeper breaths faster. 3 liters or more of air, 50 times or more a minute. I would never have thought that air was much measured in liters. Not something that I would have been like, yeah, let's like measure how many liters of air are in the room. Okay, I'm just skipping through. We have nerves, brain. You know what? We'll go off science. I hear you. We're going off. We're leaving. We're going to the animal world. We are here in the animal world. We are back to whales. Oh god, this is, I mean, really. Dogs and wolves. Here we go. Dogs and wolves. Wolves, coyotes, and African hunting dogs all belong to the same family. Most live and hunt in groups or packs by working together, and a pack can attack and kill large prey such as a deer and bison. Boring fact. Wolves have excellent senses of sight, hearing, and smell to help them find their prey. They're strong, agile creatures have been known to travel a distance of 100 kilometers just in one night in search of food. Great. Oh, there's a little exercise called Be a Wolf, and you can play a little game. There's another, I don't believe it, I'm very excited, okay. Bears may look like they rely on their strength rather than their speed to survive, but don't be fooled. Bears can run at nearly 50 kilometers an hour, much faster than most humans. Go for it, bears. Also, bear's nails. You gotta love it. You gotta love it. Black bears, polar bears. Oh, I don't believe it. The word Arctic comes from a Greek word, Arketos, which means the country of the Great Bear. This doesn't refer to polar bears, though, but to the Great Bear constellation or patterns of stars in the sky. Didn't know that. Listen, I don't believe it. I gotta say, I just don't believe it. Giant pandas. And there is another, I don't believe it. I'm not gonna read this yet, but we're gonna read fact 639. With its distinctive white face and black eye patches, there are a few animals that are as easy to recognize as the giant panda. These large bears have been brought to the brink of extinction, partly by human actions. First of all, let's keep the pandas around, please. Also, not really a fact. I mean, the fact that they're being extinct, but like the little like distinctive black eye and patches. You know, anyway, not really a fact, but like let's stop killing pandas and their habitats, please, because They're so cute. Okay, let's keep them around. Pandas have a special bone in their wrists, which grows rather like a thumb. This bone enables pandas to grab and hold lumps of bamboo in their paws, making it easier for them to collect and eat their food. Pandas have to drink fresh water regularly, so they visit streams almost every day. I have to be honest, I don't know what the second half of that fact really had to do with the first half, but I appreciate them just slamming two into one. So, just to recap, pandas have a thumb that allows them to hold bamboo, and pandas drink water. They drink water, guys. I know you didn't think they did. You thought, pandas, nah, they don't need hydration. But they're just like us. They're just like us. They got thumbs, they eat bamboo, and they drink water. So, who's really the ones being extinct? Us. I don't believe it. Pandas use all four limbs to grip onto tree trunks as they climb up or down. Sometimes they lose their hold and fall, but their thick fur helps to cushion them as they land. Cute. I don't like that one. Is not as shocking as the other. I don't believe it. I have to be honest. You know what, we're going to go back to the very start. What's at the start here? We have, we did a little bit of space last time, so I don't want to do too much of that. Oops. You know what, we're gonna go back to space. We had this one. Remember last time we had the minerals? Let's skip forward a little few pages. Forming waterways, rivers and waterfalls. Let's try that one. Everybody loves a river. The earth is laced with thousands of rivers, as well as allowing the rain that falls on the land to drain away. Rivers also provide people and animals with drinking water and a place to wash, swim, and fish. A waterfall is a place where the river flows directly over a ledge and pours down to a lower level. Some of these facts are just trying too hard. I don't know how they found that out, really. I mean, it's quite shocking. Rivers can cut through solid rock. Over thousands of years, as a river flows, it wears away at the rock around it. If the stone is quite soft, the river can carve deep, steep-sided valley or gorge. The Grand Canyon in Arizona, USA, is a massive gorge cut by the Colorado River. It is about 450 kilometers long, and in area, it is about 29 kilometers wide and 1.8 kilometers deep. There is the Grand Canyon and Angel Falls. At Angel Falls, the world's highest waterfall, the water spreads out into a misty spray that plunges down the cliff. Angel Falls is there. Angel Falls in Venezuela is the world's highest waterfall, spilling over a drop of 479 meters high. It flows off the side of a very, very high, flat-topped mountain. Although it is the world's highest waterfall, it is not the biggest. Many waterfalls are much wider and carry much more water, including Niagara Falls in North America and Victoria Falls in Africa. Beautiful. Actually, a bit more interesting than I thought. I was like, let's, okay, this one is record-breaking lakes. I cannot understand what that means. But let's see. The Caspian Sea in Central Asia is actually the world's biggest lake. It covers 378,000 square kilometers, and it isn't connected to true seas and oceans. But because it's so big, it's salty like the sea. Some experts say it isn't a proper lake either. The world's biggest freshwater, non-salty lake is Lake Superior in the USA and Canada. Wow. So, there you have it. The Dead Sea in Israel is another lake that is referred to as a sea. At 400 meters below sea level, it is the lowest lake in the world. The Dead Sea is very salty because no rivers flow out of it. All the salts and minerals are washed onto the remains of the water and evaporates in the sun's heat. In fact, the Dead Sea is 9 times saltier than the real sea. It gets its name because no fish or other animals can live in such salty water. How does more water get there? The world's deepest lake is Lake Baikal in Russia. Its deepest point is 1,700 meters deep. Because of this, it contains more water than any other lake in the world. 20% of all of the unfrozen fresh water on Earth is in Lake Baikal. 20% of all unfrozen fresh water in one lake. Spread it around Russia. God, keeping everything to yourselves. The largest body of fresh water is found in North America. On the border between the United States and Canada, there are the Great Lakes. They contain 1/5 of the world's fresh water at a staggering 22.8 quadrillion liters. Many lakes around the world are believed to be home of mysterious monsters. According to legend, a monster that looks similar to a Plesiosaurus lives in Loch Ness in Scotland, UK. Plesiosauruses were prehistoric water reptiles that lived at the same time as dinosaurs. Scientists think they became extinct 65 million years ago. However, some people still believe that Loch Ness is in Loch Ness. I think that's enough fantastic facts for today. I really hope you've enjoyed this with me. I hope you've learned something. I weirdly did, and I feel like last time I weirdly did too. Not expecting such revelations from the lake facts, however, look at us, we're learning the tallest waterfalls, we're learning about the longest lakes, no, the widest, the biggest, the deepest, all of the ists of lakes. So, I hope you enjoyed, and I hope you are having a good day, good evening, good night, and until next time, stay fantastically factual. Bye.